Hey, Emily Wardrop from Drop to Word Life Coaching. A minute ago, we were talking about, I forget. Agency, right? And then the big girls didn't want to watch the baby anymore. So we have a visitor making it very distracting. Guess we should do this some other time, huh, baby? Okay. The next parenting philosophy principle we're going to talk about is respect, because this is a buzzword in parenting coaching. We hear this a lot. So the circumstances, whatever the kid did, right? This kid won't put on his shoes. I don't know why that's such a big deal. So we tell a kid to put on shoes. Kid does not put on shoes. Or tell kid to do whatever. Kid does not do whatever. Right? That's our circumstance. And to figure out what our thoughts are about that, she is so wiggly now. She's like ready to crawl and stuff. So maybe she'll just go crawl around down there. To figure out what our thought is about that circumstance, a lot of times I'll ask you, what are you making that mean? Okay. And this is a great question my husband and I use all the time. Whenever I get upset about something, he's like, what are you making this mean? Because whatever he did was very innocent, right? And then I'm all mad about it. Because what he did as a circumstance, my feeling mad doesn't come from what he did. It came from my thoughts about it. So what am I making it mean that's making me feel mad, right? So a lot of times parents will tell me that they're not respecting me. That's what they make it mean when a kid doesn't obey. So this is a very curious thing that I've thought a lot about, and I'm fascinated by this whole mentality. Here, let's try this. There you go. So, respect. Okay. I think this is a generational thing that's been handed down to us, nature and nurture, I think. But what we make it mean when kids don't obey is that they're not respecting us. Hold on just a sec. I can actually pause this. That's an interesting idea. We're testing. Is this going to all turn into one recording when I pause it like that? Anyway, cute baby. Matches cute earrings. Let's pause and get you to bed. How about that? And then we can record the video while you're sleeping. That sounds better. Okay. Can we try pausing it again? You want to say bye? Say bye-bye. Okay, so back to respect. Now I'm out of breath from running up and down the stairs, but baby's in bed. Here we go. So we make it mean that our kids don't respect us, right? Here, hold on a second. Now I'm a little, and the baby monitor's telling me that she's not quite asleep yet. Okay, so whatever the kid is disobeying is usually what we make it mean that they're disrespecting us, okay? So last time we were talking about agency. We were talking about respecting their agency. So maybe we think like that might be a little bit related, right? Because we feel like they're not respecting us. So it's a little bit of back to that tug of war, right? That we both have our agency. And when we respect their agency, it drops the war. So basically what we're expecting them to do is obey, do exactly what we say, do our will. And if that would drop the war on their end. See that? So if they respected us as the parent and the authority in this relationship, like that they're just supposed to do whatever we say, then that would be them dropping the war because they're respecting our agency, they're respecting our authority, but we can do it too. And there's no law that says you're the parent. That means they need to respect your agency all the time and do whatever you say all the time. Like we kind of think that. But as I've pondered agency parenting and love-based parenting, which I've, I told you in the love video, came from a talk from President Uchtdorf in the first place. And then I've noticed ever since then, that's all they ever talk about when they talk about parenting is love, right? Our job is just to love our kids, figure out what the heck that means and how that shows up exactly. Nowhere it says like, you're the parent, they're supposed to do what you say. Actually, and that's kind of Satan's plan, right? To take away their agency. So gospel principle based, I really feel like respecting their agency is what we're being taught to do. So we need to drop the war by respecting their agency, not they need to respect us and obey whatever we say. That's them doing that. So it works, I guess. The power struggle is over if they give up the fight, but we could give up the fight too. Why are we fighting with our kids? Why is there even a war? Why is there a battle? Right? Let's just drop the war and find peace by respecting their agency. Okay. Respect. So what respect means is what we talked about in the agency video. They are a real person and they have their own agency. And when we honor that, then the power struggle is gone. Okay. Yes, we still want them to do something. Yes, they still want to do something different, but we can work with that when we respect their agency. Then it's not just a power struggle. Okay. So then we can get curious, figure out what is going on for them, why they want what they want, and then we can find a workaround. It doesn't have to be our way or their way. It can be plan C, right? It doesn't have to be A or B. It can be, we can figure out what C is that we're both satisfied with. Okay. So let's see, respect. So if we drop the part where we make it mean that they're not respecting us, so what's that even mean? Basically, when we do that, what we're doing is we think in their model that we're their circumstance and they're thinking, I would do what mom just asked me to do, but I don't respect her. I don't care about her. And so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, what's the likelihood that that's actually the thought that they're being driven by in the rest of their model, where their action line is to not do what we just told them to do, to keep playing with their Lego? That's not what they're thinking. They're not thinking at all about us, actually. They're thinking about their Lego. Or that they don't want to go to school, or that they don't want to brush their teeth, or they don't, and there may be a reason behind that. So when we get curious about why don't they want to brush their teeth, maybe they don't like the taste of the toothpaste. Another little interruption. Hold on just a sec. Now I figured out how to use this pause button. So when we respect that they're an actual human that has their own thoughts and feelings and desires and their own will, then we can figure out a plan C. Okay. So instead of making it mean that they're not respecting us, you can flip it around and be like, well, am I respecting them? No, I think that they're property that should just obey me no matter what I say instantly on my timetable, right? I know, because I have these same thoughts. Okay. Like I get this and I still drop into the, just the default programming in our brains, right? So we need to reprogram our brains to think things like they're a human, they're doing their thing, I'm curious about what that is, and figure out where they're coming from, and then we can drop the war, create the peace, and when we respect them, then maybe they'll respect us a little bit more, right? Because who's respecting someone who is yelling at them all the time, bossing them around? Like, I don't like being yelled at. I don't like being bossed around. So we think just because they're like little mini people, that we can treat them totally different. But if you picture them as another adult, you would never talk to another adult the way you talk to your kids, right? And so let's just question that a little bit. Like, all because they're kids, all of a sudden we can like treat them like trash, basically, right? Like, we're so rude. And then we're like, don't be rude, be nice. Like, all the time, I'm not nicely telling them to be nice to each other. What? Right? And so if we can look inside, take a hold of our own models, figure out what we're thinking and feeling, to change that action line to all come from love, respect, respecting their agency, then we can feel that connection and get the cooperation we need. Okay. That's the goal. Sounds nice on paper. As soon as I hit pause and I have to go actually do it, it's a little more tricky. So I get it. Like, I am in the thick of it. I'm in the thick of it. I had to hit pause 17 times to record this video. I'm in the thick of it with you. Like, I get it. But when I'm the coach, like, I can put that away and like have the coach perspective to let you see what you're not quite seeing. That's why working with a coach is so fun. It's like looking in a mirror, right? Because I can look down and see kind of what I look like, but I can't really see my own eyes. Like, I can reflect back to you what you're telling me. You just tell me about your life. Like, we get on a Zoom call and you're just like, blah, 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 the kids are doing this, blah, 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 and you just kind of vent it all out. And then I can show you like where all of that fits into the model, make it very scientific. Like it's just no drama. It's just math at that point, And then, so once we strip the drama out of the story, then we can like get down to figuring it out to get you the results you want, to have those relationships with those precious kids that you want, so that you're not feeling so irritated, annoyed at them all the time. You're feeling the love, feeling the connection. Okay. So drop to wearelifecoach.com, sign up for a free consult, I guess, a free Zoom call. We just hop on Zoom, talk about your issues, get you some results right away. And then we can talk about how we can work together further, because I would love to help you believe that you're a good mom, get the results of the relationships that you want with your kids, because that's the most important thing, is our relationships. So just trying to think, is that everything about respect? Seriously, just for one day, think about like treating your kids like they were your friends, like adults, peers. Because those are someone that you do respect, like how do we treat our kids with respect? We expect them to treat us with respect. Let's give them that same courtesy, right? Okay. All right. Love ya. See you next time. Bye.